starting with number 4, what sometimes helps. Identify the different variables that you see. If you know that you see more than one variable, let's identify them first. What do you say? If I have a chance to redo this lesson for next year, I'm going to choose something other than Q and G because they're so similar looking. Not meant to make it any more confusing than it is, so I'm going to change it up. But do you see them?
Okay. 3, 6.
Just tell me what the variables are first.
2. No.
Just the variables.
Q
I don't
and
even
G.
want Q and G. If you want, work backwards. Put that here. Q, G. Now I'm going to color code it, but you can circle it versus put a box around it if you want. I have a 2Q. I'll put a green box around it. Any other Qs?
Yeah.
Put a box around it. G's. I'll circle it. You can do the same if you want. Okay, so now we'll take care of all the. By the way, I don't know if I told you this or not. I don't care about alphabetical order. In fact, you shouldn't be using alphabetical order when you do this because, as you'll see, addition and subtraction, you got to put it in the order in which it appears. I don't want you to worry about alphabetical order at all. All right, I've got 2Q, right? How many Q's? 2. Add one more. What do I have?
3.
Let's write it down. I know it's going to be 3Q plus something. Okay, I've got 3G. What am I doing to that last G? Cat, what am I doing to that last G? Getting rid of it. Because remember, whenever you see a variable all by itself, guys, what's the coefficient? It's 1. So I've got 3, take away 1, and I wind up with how many?
2.
That's what my combined term winds up looking like. And I have coefficients now. You have 2 different ones. You have 3, you have 2. Okay? Let's do 5 together, and then I'll maybe have you guys work 6 through 10. At some point, I want to meet with advanced to see how you did on the advanced test. Okay, let's identify, number 5, let's identify all of the letters first. Who wants to do that? Be careful here, because there's a bunch. Al. Okay, write it down as you see it. And you could do it. Read it from left to right. Every time you come to a new letter, you write it down. Then what? Good. Keep going. Don't forget, there's a brand new one at the end, and that's an N. All right, let's collect all the M's first. 10M. Here's another one, plus 2M. Is how much?
12M.
If you want, you can put a line through it. You don't have to worry about it anymore. All right, let's do the X's. All right, ready? Who wants to do the X's? Count them up, Ben. I'm starting with how many? Then what? Look carefully.
I'll subtract that.
Subtracting how many? So now how many do I have? Any other X's? Cross it out, plus 2X. Who wants to do Y's? So it'd start with? Then what? Any others? What do you got? Y's are done. Plus that. Okay. Remember, you can't crunch them all together and make one. This is combining like terms as much as you can possibly do. You can't combine it anymore. Sometimes when you combine like terms, it makes it a little bit shorter, but not that much. Let me take a look at 6 through 10. Let me just make sure that you guys can do it. Oh, I didn't do the coefficients yet. I'll do it now. Okay. 12, 2, 2, and 1. You see where that 1's coming from? Still want to include it. Okay, do 6 through 10. 9 and 10 get stars for a reason.
Candy.
As you'll see, you'll have to deal with what's called negative expressions. You'll see. But try it, okay? Stay by yourselves. I don't want you to group up just yet. I want to see if you can do this on your own. I need to kind of know if you know how to do it, because really that's what your exit ticket's all about anyway. So I need to know that you're able to do it. Here's 6. I start with how many x's? Starting with 4, right? Take away how many x's? I now have how many? Take away another one. I now have how many? Take away another one. I have how many? Do I need the coefficient next to it? So far, this. Okay, how many y's do I start off with? Take away. Gone. It was there, now it's gone. Only thing that's left is x. Coefficient is 1, variable x. Okay? Try 7. I'll come around and check. Here's 7. Oh, of course. Yeah. I'm going to explain why you can write it 2 ways. The weird sort of way. We're talking about number 10. Yeah, you'll see. Let me do 7. I have R, and I have 2 variables I can negotiate, R and S. I have 12 to... Oh, you're right, I have an M also. Yeah, he's a little slick. M. I have 12 to start. It's okay to use fingers, by the way. Well, you don't have 12 fingers. Use your toes. I have 12. And then what am I going to do? Come on, talk through the process. Okay, subtract 3. I now have how many? I now have 9. Then what? I have 1 more, and so now I have a total of any other R's. R's are negotiated. They're done. Who wants to do yeses? Don't all raise your hands at once now. Marcus, how many to start?
3.
Do what?
Subtract 2s.
Alright, subtract 1, subtract another, and then wind up with
1s.
done. Then only the M, right? Did I get everything, guys? What's that? Got 10R plus S plus M. Okay? So if you're ready to do this with me, I got an H, I have a G, and what else do I have? Alright. How many H's to start, Soph? How many start? Okay, 10. Add 1. What do you get? Any others? What? Okay, I add 11, subtracting 5. How many now? Use your fingers. I'm telling you, use your fingers. It's okay. 11.5. 6. Then what? So what number? What number am I taking away from 6?
No. 1.
Correct. How many do I have altogether?
5.
Any other H's? H's are done. Alright. G's, how many to start? Any others? Done, I have 12. Alright, what letters left? How many to start? Do what? How many do I have? 5H plus 12G plus K. Good? 5, 12, and 1 are your coefficients. Who wants to do number 9 with us? Get out. Good, let's do it then.
Okay.
Start with how many? How many x's? Well, my variables are x, y. Any other variables? Okay. Now, what makes this different is you have whole numbers by themselves. These are not attached to any variables, right? Take care of the variables first. We'll worry about the whole numbers at the end. Because whole numbers cannot be, they have to be treated by themselves, as you'll see. You can't subtract them or add them to coefficients. All right, start with your x's. How many?
6.
And add 1, right?
Yes.
Okay, x's are done. 5y. Okay. Now all that's left is whole numbers. 10 minus 6 is, right? So now what you've also just learned, this is kind of new. What I do wrong? Oh, you're right. Sorry, plus plus. Yes, yes. So what you just learned is now these things called constants. Constants are just whole numbers. They have to be treated separately. Okay, don't add them to coefficients. Deal with them as like they're separate. And now watch. What are your coefficients? Just 7 and 2, but not 4, because 4 is not being multiplied by any variable. Okay? 10 is tricky, but most of you got it. Viv, let's do it. Viv wrote it both ways, which I thought was kind of cool. There's one answer, but there's 2 ways in which to write it. Viv, starting out with how many x's? Do what? You take away 1 minus 3, and you wind up with what? Negative 2x. That's why it's a bonus, because you learn in integers, if you have a positive 1, and you subtract 3, it's 3 steps. This way, on another line, you wind up at negative 2. You're done. You've done that. The only difference now is it's being attached or multiplied by a coefficient. X's are done. 9n minus 12n, you wind up with what? There's 2 ways you can write it. Plus negative 3n. The reason why I have to put in parentheses is kind of hard to explain, but you'll learn it, so the plus and minus don't run into each other. I think the easier way to write it is the second way you wrote it, which is 2x minus 3n, because you'll learn in 8th grade that adding a negative is the same thing as subtracting. And if you didn't get it right, it's okay. It's not going to be on Thursday, or Friday's test. I haven't decided what day I want to put it on yet. We'll see how far we get. But the things with stars, I'm not holding you responsible for it if you didn't get it right. But I do want you to be able to add like terms with 2 different variables. Now, you can have a sprint on Friday also, The sprint on Friday is really we're gonna practice. You'll see. It's basic combining like terms that you should be able to do. Okay? They're simple. If I give you this, 2x times x, then you would be wrong.
2x.
How quickly we forget.
What's x?
Ready? Watch. I'm gonna expand this out. Does this help you?
Oh.
2x squared. 2x squared. A lot of people they put down 3x. It's not 3x. Now watch. Ready? What about that? 2x plus x. That's 3x. Getting the deer trapped in the headlights look, I can tell. Algebra is here. We're in the belly of the beast, aren't we? I'm slowing it down. We're going to slow it down, and we're going to practice. Okay? We have lesson 7, which builds on lesson 6, and then we can prepare. When we come back, we're going to do marker boards, and I'll tell you what you can do after marker boards. Well, you'll see.